It was a good ball game, good series. But yeah, I don't think there's a date or time of year that is more, they're all important is my point, really good baseball game, well pitched. Little things helped us today, some good base running, good defense, but really good pitching.
You mentioned the base running. I wanted to ask you about that. You had 4 steals in this game. It's the 7th time since you've been manager that you guys have had as many as 4 steals in one game. What kind of dimension does it add to your offense on days when you're able to integrate that and to bring that into a game? Obviously, Wayne gets an extra base there in the 9th, for example, that ends up being huge and lets him score.
Yeah, it was good by Lane. Obviously Tommy. Look, we're opportunistic. We're not gonna run to run. We're gonna run to make it. But guys picked their spots, and Eddie stolen base in the first led to Nolan's base hit, drive him in, and then Lane great at bat. Start the inning off and get him over, and then takes third, and it just impacts that inning as well. And then because you put pressure on him, they got to throw over maybe a little more, and got an opportunity. Ball that got away over there to score another run. So we want to be aggressive. We look to compete and create advantage at every single opportunity and be ready for it.
Steve?
Just wondering first if y'all had gotten any results on Paul's MRI since the end of the game, and also I was just wondering what you could say about Jack's just competitive competitiveness to be able to outduel Burns and win in a park where he hasn't had a lot of success before today.
Yeah, the first part, Paulie, mostly good news. There was a where he got hit. There is little blip in the. I'm no medical guy, so just bear with me on it. I just got the information, but there's something in there that could have been a lot worse. First of all, it's not muscular necessarily, but it's where he was hit in a rib. That's likely to create a pause, but not anything overly long term. So mostly positive news. We're still evaluating it. It's the best I can help you with at the moment. Jack, it's 2 good, really, really good pitchers in this league, going at each other. And, but Jack's not coming back down from anybody, embraces the competition and went out and did his part, made some big pitches. The, ability to strand 2 leadoff doubles was really huge. Leave a donut out there, as Mad Dog would say. So did a great job, made his pitches, and did a quality job to get us 6 shutout innings and hold on to that 1-run lead. And of course, we added on, and the bullpen brought it home.
Zach Silver, MLB.com.
Like, not that you necessarily needed the reminder, but seeing him be able to do that without the run support he's been used to, is that just another encouraging sign of, the mental side, the physical side coming together? He knows he needs to keep the team in the ball game. He's able to do so.
I think the mental and physical side have already come together. I mean, the runs help. Just don't misinterpret it. That's great, the run support, but Jack's more than capable of shutting people down and pitching in a tight ball game as well. Has done that. So he's had that mentality and the physical ability to do it. And he did a nice job today for sure in a very tight ball game.
With Paul, I guess it's way too early to decide if it's going to need like a roster pause. It's maybe just a few days, or you're still completely trying to figure that out for now?
I think we'll figure it out. There's a possibility there could be as you would say, a roster pause.
Rick Hummel, St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Are you taking any other infielders with you is Paul going to San Diego, first of all?
Yes, Paul will be in San Diego.
And is somebody else going to join the club there, maybe even on the taxi squad basis where you could activate them to?
That's a really good possibility. I've spoken to Mo about it, and there's some things in the works, but I would expect somebody to be in San Diego in some capacity, whether on the roster or on the taxi squad.
Have you seen too many more series where the starting pitching was any better than the 2 teams put together here in these 3 games?
Yeah, it's a good question. Off the top of my head, I really, that's, I was talking to Mo about Paulie, but, he said, man, that was a heavyweight fight for 3 days. I thought it was well said. It was good pitching. It was good baseball. A lot of little things had to happen to, to decide some of the outcomes. So it was a good baseball series. Well pitched for sure.
On the Carlson situation in the early innings there in the third, did the umpire call right away that the ball had been foul off his foot, or how did that work? I mean, the first base umpire called a fair ball, but and then you went out there to were they going to check with each other anyway if you hadn't gone out there?
Yeah, they were in the process of doing that. I just wanted to, they did not call it a foul ball initially and then called it a fair ball. And then that's a tough play for the home plate umpire, but it's initially his call is my understanding. And then they handled it perfectly. And then they went out, checked on it. I walked out just to make sure Dylan was frustrated, rightfully so, and to go ask, but they were in the process of doing it, and then they clearly got it right.
So then somebody had seen the ball come off his foot.
Yes. Once he went to first base, one of the umpires had seen it rightfully go off his foot.
And Craig didn't quite see it that way, apparently.
Yeah, apparently not.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Katie Wu, The Athletic.
Mike, but even if Paulie's ended up being a day-to-day stint, or if he does go on the injured list, how important is it, even if you are bringing another infielder, to have Tommy be able to slot in at shortstop and just anchor the club the way that he has?
Yeah, it's important. It's a guy that, you put a guy in certain places, and we put him literally all over the field. But it's also important that guy play well. And this guy's a good baseball player, irrespective of where you put him. And so, it's good that you can have a guy that you can rely on like that can go and just make the plays and play the game. And Eddie clearly has been able to demonstrate that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Randy Carricker, ESPN 101 St. Louis.
Hey, Skipper, I don't know if you saw this during the game. The CDC announced that any vaccinated person can go anywhere, unmasked, indoors, outdoors, and social distancing doesn't need to apply anymore. So it seems like we're closer to full stadiums than we've been in a long, long time. I just want to get your feeling about that, how exciting that prospect is for you in the club.
Well, it's just good for the society, right? I mean, we've kind of been able to expand our bubble a little bit with the 85 percentile. But to know that the country's opening back up is, it's just a nice breath of fresh air for everybody. That's an important milestone. So, I was reading an article about the most recent research done and just how optimistic they are about the vaccine's effectiveness, irrespective of age. So it's a real positive for everybody across the board.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. Commissioner, do you have another question?
I do. For the moment, Mike, what should we call Paul's injury? Is it still left side tightness? Is there something else?
I'd say a pretty significant contusion, to more of a bone bruise type situation.
To the ribs, you think?
The ribs, yes, sir.
Okay.